I've got this vision of setting up a new mission house here in Japan, in Hanno City, amid the mountains and the rivers. Beautiful place, but only 45 minutes from the centre of Tokyo, from Ikebukuro Station. And this place I envisage being something like architectural surroundings like these, traditional Japanese aesthetic. A place where missionaries who are already resident in Japan, maybe even Japanese themselves, and foreign missionaries predominantly from the Anglican Church of North America, can come, spend some time, could be weeks or even months, in study, contemplation, but also in active ministry, helping to build and grow new churches here. The study would incorporate aspects of Japanese spirituality into the Christian life. I'm thinking we do meditation, zazen, in front of the Blessed Sacrament. We use Japanese chant tones as we chant the psalms of the daily office. At the Mass, the instrumentation we use wouldn't just be the organ, the piano, the guitar, but could involve the shakuhachi, the koto, Japanese instrumentation, even the aesthetics of the liturgy, the use of local incense materials and so on, and the language, the way in which we use Japanese language, would all try to incorporate older senses of Japanese sensibility. And when we come to study, we would study, of course, the great books of Christian and Western tradition, but we'd also be doing our best to incorporate great texts and interaction with Buddhist and Shinto and other Japanese thinkers, Japanese Christian thinkers too, of course. So you'd get an aesthetic, intellectual and prayerful experience of Japanese Christian whilst also engaging actively with the mission here. It could be a seminary placement. You could just be here as a private student, just wanting to do your own thing. You could be here for any number of reasons, and it would all be done at a cost that is entirely reasonable and bearable, because frankly the yen is so weak and things are affordable over here. You cut costs by keeping things small, by not having large overheads of catering and cleaning staff, but doing more of a DIY kind of stay. And that too is a way of embodying the Japanese monastic life that Buddhists can teach to Christians in our way. I wrote a piece on Substack, and I'm just going to read it to you because it gives you a flavour of what it is I think you could experience in this, at the moment, make-believe mission house that I hope you will help me bring to reality. Here it is. The bird song didn't wake you, so today you rise to the matin's gong. Hard to believe you're only an hour from Tokyo in this quiet country air, but the smell of the tatami beneath you warming in the dawn light leaves no doubt that you are in Japan. It's an early start, but there could be no better. In the chapel of Our Lady of Walsingham, more tatami. You adjust your zabuton cushion and settle for the time of silent meditation before the opening verses are chanted. The words are familiar, but you're still getting used to the Japanese psalm tones. Mass follows matins, priest and people facing the rising sun which gives Japan its name, that native love of light drawing us to the one whose radiance transfigures daily bread. The shakuhachi flute invokes the Holy Ghost as we receive. It was Sho's turn to prepare breakfast today. His day job was in catering, and he's been running Japanese cookery classes, so you'll be able to feed a churchful when the time comes. Fish, rice, miso, pickles made from what you picked last month. We eat in silence. Then out for samu, half an hour's working meditation where we tend the garden and it tends our souls. You're ready for the morning session. You'd better be, because you're leading it. The warden has been teaching Dionysius at your request, and a local expert ran sessions on a key Japanese religious text. But in this house we all share our knowledge. There are times at seminary when you feel de-skilled, even infantilized, as though your life before didn't matter. Not here. You know the epistle to the Hebrews better than anyone in the community, so you're the one teaching it. A few classes over the month you're here. You've even roped in your old professor to make a guest appearance online so he can repeat a lecture you think everyone would love. We pool our connections as well as our talents. Lunch is quick and simple, again prepared by a resident on rotation. The college keeps costs low by getting everyone working. ora et labora. The old Benedictine motif keeps access open. And that's how Michael can be here while he waits for his housing, a man of faith who worked in IT before he fled his country. We are in Japan, yes, but we're part of a global church, and we care for our brothers and sisters here. Residents who can afford to pay more help to keep Michael's talents working for the mission. After lunch, you have some time for private prayer and study, maybe a walk into the hills around the house. But later in the afternoon, you get into the warden's car to drive the 15 minutes into Hanno city and to our mission church, St. Theodore of Tarsus. That's where you go for Sunday Mass too, where you have joined the serving team, in fact. But today it's the children's after-school club, and you've offered to help with catechism for the confirmation candidates. Your formation, you see, goes beyond the classroom, your learning mission on the job. You get back in time for evensong, starting with Zazen meditation before the exposed sacrament. Dinner is communal, followed by a talk by a local Shinto priest on controversies over remembrance of the war dead. How do we, as an American-based church, deal pastorally and theologically with being on the other side of the last Great War? Anyway, after the talk, a couple of guests join the warden at the local Aikido dojo for a bit of training, but you decide to have some quiet time before bathing, Compline, and a much-needed night's rest. After all, tomorrow you want to wake in time for the birdsong. If this sounds like a compelling vision of somewhere you would like to be and you would like it to make it happen, please do get in touch with me. You can find me at ghostlycouncil.com.